Hello there, James True here. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm really happy to be here. I hope you are too. Welcome to Turtle Island. It's a beautiful day in Turtle Island. Lots going on out in the crust, the crusty old place. Keep in mind, 25% of the Earth's crust is actually made out of silicon, which means you're living in a computer, baby. The soil knows all the bits and bytes. And isn't that what being in nature is about? You're basically biting each other. We're going around biting each other. And that's what happens when you store data. You're storing bytes, you're storing bits, you have a binary, and here we are living in a culture that's surrounded by a binary pretending to be a trinary, saying that the trinary is holy as long as we accept the binary of the begonias and da-da-da-da. I should just prove I'm a valid human being. Hello, good to see everybody. Happy Halloween. Really happy to be here. We got so much to cover, I should stop. Have you noticed that Trump's cabinet is sort of kind of like a... sort of like a Miss America cabinet. It's a Miss America cabinet, right? It's a cabinet of Miss America. And when I say Miss America, I mean, America, we miss the fuck out of you. And, you know, Trump's like, yeah, I'm going to fill the White House with beautiful things. Beautiful things. Going to fill the White House with a lot of gold. And he says gold, he's talking about highlights. He's talking about the hair. He's talking about the wigwam. He's got no qualms with the wig. He's got no qualms with the wig. And I say this with the utmost of respect. First of all, I don't think that a Barbie woman is even watching the show. Second of all, I don't think she'd even understand what I'm trying to say. And that's an insult. I mean that. Because we've entered into the NCIS of America. Where, and you know what? This is not an odd thing. This is not a thing that's like outside of the realm of possibility. You guys know who, oh gosh, what's his name? I don't know enough about culture. He's probably got a name like Jack. He's like, he's really rich guy, YouTube guy, gets in a Dorset or something, Dorsey or something. And he's like, you know, causes a lot of, and people are like, oh, I'll watch you. And then he gets like millions of dollars and he like wrecks, a Clarin. Take Clarion today for your spring, but you know, he takes Clarion and wrecks it on the interstate. But he has most of the influencer you notice have a business. It's a business model. It's when I say business model, do not get confused about these models. This is a very different kind of model. A model is a multiplethora word. A lot of you guys have trouble with me and words, so I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Plethora. There, now that everyone's gone, we can get back to work. So, because I really do want to talk about, I don't want to sound sexist. I don't even want to be misogynistic. I really think chicks are kind of cool, but also I think that Trump has surrounded himself with a Miss America cabinet, and he's done this because it's always worked. In his line of work, this is fun for him. This is what he calls, I'm going to put a lot of gold around the White House. And these are his golden trophies. And he vets these women based on loyalty. Pam Bondi proved her loyalty in 30 separate interviews before she was appointed, where literally every single one she was discussing not just how long it was, but the girth too. I mean, she was just all over what a great guy he was. Same for Kristi Noem, who actually has a jazzercise video out, guys. I don't know if you knew that. I'm like, that's not true. Then I'll go to AI. Does she have a jazzercise video? Then AI is like, no, James, she doesn't have a jazzercise. And then I'm like, okay. Does she have a workout video that's being maybe considered or looked at as sort of like a popular sports? And then the AI is like, well, yes, of course. And I was like, so what? Never mind. It's like when I told the AI, King James, kill people for pretending. It's like, it didn't do that. And it's like, literally, you're like written in the I digress. I egress. Don't tell the egret joke, James. No one ever gets the egret joke. But Kristi Noem, United States Secretary of Homeland Security, I showed you yesterday a video in which she did not know what the writ of habeas corpus meant. Nor did she know what amendment it was in. Nor did she understand what it means. Habeas, to hold, corp, the body, to hold the body, right? So you're And then she said that Trump has the ability to hold anybody in the world. And I want you to hear this. A NCIS model with golden highlights told you that Trump has, I don't know what rights you guys have, but Trump has the ability to hold anybody, habeas corpus, right? Habeas, bimbodius corpus. Trump has the right to hold or touch anybody. Do you see how constitutional law is done, my friends? Can you figure out how this works? The writ of habeas corpus is given to Trump through the history of touching women. And guys, they're touchable. Like women are, it's hard, right? I didn't mean that, Priapus. Stay out of this, Priapus. I'm talking like it's difficult. You got to develop a frontal lobe. You got to be like, oh, me no go club tonight, because you want to go club the women. You've been doing this since Zog times. You're a caveman, So Trump's doing the same. Is that wrong? Of course it is. But hey, we're going to try and compassionate him. We're not always going to make it, We're not always going to make it up to that, running up that hill, running up that hill, running up that hoe. I think that's how it goes, right? Running up that hoe, running up that hill. Lindsay Halligan has even been a federal attorney for 90 days. Like she hasn't even been, there's like some requirement where, look, if you're going to come to Washington and be a psychopath, you got to be a psychopath for at least 120 days. And you have to be approved by the Senate. And Lindsay Halligan has none of those qualifications. None. Neither one. But she's got earrings. She's got earrings. She knows how to use them. Zero prosecutorial experiencia. I'm going to say this in Spanish today because I don't speak Spanish, but in honor of our friends that are running around the streets right now going, you fucking Republicans, go suck my dick. Excuse me. It's zero prosecutorial experiencia. That's Lindsay. Zero. None. All right. Then you got Pam Bondi, United States Attorney General, said of a $50,000 cash bribe paid to a border czar that it was none of your business. It's none of your business. Hey, don't be getting in my business. She's like, hey, do you see a ring on this finger? I'm married to Trump. I ain't married to you. I ain't got to listen to you. And I just want to point out that do you see what happens when you push back against diversity hires? This is nepotistic sycophant hires, right? It's actually more because basically you're just looking for eye candy. At this point, Trump just I need you to be loyal and I need you to look good. And this is the Bosley. Guys, this is Charlie's Angels all over again. Charlie is Israel. Stay with me. I know this is a tough analogy. There's a lot of international intrigue. You got to go here, okay? But Charlie, the guy you never see, right? That's the guy on the speaker, right? The little speaker thing. That's Israel. Trump is Bosley. Scheming, right? Everyone's like, is Bosley gay? It's like, I don't think Israel would want anyone else touching their angels except for a gay Bosley. Do you see what I mean? Could you see the delicate role that Bosley plays here? He's got to be really, really, really just fit in that niche of naivete. Naivete, innocence, intrigue, and you have yourself an American Beauty cabinet, the Miss America cabinet. And Trump is doing so well hiding behind this because this is just all TV. This is just what you see on TV. This looks like an episode of NCIS. It looks like an episode of Law and Order. Boom, 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 boom. You get it? I mean, I'm being kind of crude. Is Stretch here? She's still here. I think we're okay. Guys, we're going to move on. I'm going to be a little crude today. All right? Just going to be a little bit crude. It's just going to happen. You're going to... Actually, I think the crudeness is over. Former personal attorney to Trump got her grand jury indictment on Comey. This is fascinating. Comey, he's loving it. He's like, I'm being chased by Trump bimbos. This is fucking hot, man. He's like him in court, and he looks over, and you know that Halligan's like, In my opening statement, I'd like to furrow my hair. Slow motion dictator. Oh, what do you call it? Court reporter. I request that this be put into the record in slow motion. Gina Tay. And then she's like, you got to imagine I got a lot of hair. But, it's now the judge is like, this is going to be awesome. I'm really glad I'm wearing a robe. Really glad there's like a desk. Got a gavel here. Like, I have excuses to make like banging noises. It's the thing writes itself. It writes itself. Of course, I'm not even done. Not even done. We got Angel Eyes here. We got the press secretary. You know what? We're going to leave her alone right now just because we have a lot to cover. But I do want to remind you that this strange sort of leak, sort of like text. Is it a leak? Is it not? I don't think there's any such thing as leaks, by the way. I honestly don't think that's even a thing here. But that Lindsay is a really good lawyer and she likes you a lot. This is Trump trying to set up a three-way, guys. See here in blue? Lindsay is a really good lawyer, Pam. And likes you. No, she likes you a lot. And she can't wait for it anymore, Pam. It's killing our reputation, credibility, Pam. We got to do this. I have to serve my justice, Pam. I need all of you to feel the rod of my Bosley justice. And it's guys, if you're not paying attention, first of all, congratulations. I admire you. Second of all, keep in mind that Trump basically found his the first lady from one of the best friends of Maxwell's daughter, Ghislaine. I say Maxwell's daughter because I think Robert has a lot more to do with this than we think. I've already said this though, and most of the time I just get ignored because it wasn't pro-right. Like what I see happening is not pro-right, and if it's not pro-right, why the fuck would you listen to me? If you're on the left, you would have to think that conspiracies are real, and those guys are too fucking ignorant to think that happens. But then if you're on the right, you're like, but it has to be either Israel or immigrants. We have to, James, we're going to get our scapegoats, okay? We don't cross your scapegoats, says them. And they're just like, you're crossing the scapegoats. You can't, God, we're going to melt our face off. You can't cross the scapegoats. So it's a very difficult time here that we have. And then you have the final angel, just the kiss of death, man. Tom Homan, of course, the White House border czar. Yeah, we have czars now. No one noticed. We wake up one day and we're just like, we have czars now. Hey, by the way, guys, we got czars. Is everybody cool with that? No one batted an eyelash. We're like, yeah, we probably need czars. It's probably good. So Tom Homan, guys, his name is Homan. His name is Ho-Man. You can see why Trump's like, yeah, I want to hire this guy. Of course, Tom Homan, the White House border czar, is investigated for accepting $50,000 cash payment for undercover FBI agents during sting operation in 2024. Did I say that good? I could be more Paul Harvey. Tom Homan. Anyway, I've got to let you. Pam Bondi said, "Don't call me a liar. You're not going to slander Tom Homan. Look, just because he goes to a convenience store, takes into, I don't know when she got Southern, but it's like it's cash bribe, $50K in a bag." In a clandestine, hip, fast food joint. Who's out front? The angel. Charlie's angel. Charlie's angel is out front. And the Republicans are all out of office. I say that like they're legit. I keep forgetting all this stuff is like what people believe. It's so difficult to hold this fantasy together, even long enough to say the word the Republicans. But just bear with me. The Republicans are like, we're not going to be in office because they're going to make fun of us. They actually said that today. They're like, if we were in office and we just hung out, they're going to make fun of us. So they shut down the government, so we're going home. And we're going home because if we come back, they're going to make fun of us and it's all their fault. And even though we have the majority, and everyone's just fine. Everyone's just like walking around. This is how government happens. James, you don't understand how Constitution works. And I'm just like, tell me how Constitution works. Like, James, here's how it works, okay? Criminal investigator. I was hired to lead Jeffrey Epstein's defense as a criminal lawyer 9 days before he died. He sought my advice for months before that. I can say authoritatively, unequivocally, definitively, that he had no information to hurt President Trump. I specifically asked him that. And this guy is Orthodox. He's sent in many times to solve problems for pro-Israeli candidates. This is not his first rodeo. Nor will it be his last, because the people who were blaming Israel, this is tough to say. Guys, if you want to know who your enemies are, it's going to be the people that want to blame Israel. I know this is so hard. This is probably why I lose a lot of you. That I know in your mind, because it feels good, you're just like, well, this has to be the case. Yeah, this feels good. And it's the same thing as blaming the immigrants, as it is blaming the Jews, because I've shown you the map. It's the size of New Jersey. This is not our issue is not this. This is our pharmacos. This is our scapegoat. It's a pranic invention we made in ancient Greece that allows us to feel better by just burning a witch every now and then, just chasing someone down the street and just calling them a name and then pelting them, putting them in a stockade, whatever. And the people that are going to hurt you, if you're wondering who's going to hurt you, and you're looking at a foreign country, you're not looking close enough at the people that are going to hurt you. Because the people who are going to hurt you are going to be the people that are looking to blame a foreign country. They're going to be the people that right now cannot tell that Candace Owens is playing all of you. It's going to be the person that insists that all of this is okay, that all of this is legitimate because this really does boil down to Israel, or this really does boil down to immigrants. There's really no difference between those two. We're leading an armed street cock brigade where people wearing diapers, in uniforms, wearing masks, are chasing people down the street, and then you have the governor of California passing a law that says no one's allowed to wear a mask anymore. And if you think it's bizarro world, it's because you're in nature, and nature turns her soil, she turns her soil, and all these things that are happening are just such a crucial. Is that already part of that? Yeah. The same lawyer, excuse me. I thought I had the same code. I actually think it's a little bit different, because he's basically saying, he's trying to say that Epstein not only was alive, he wanted to fight the case. He felt that he was innocent. He had something to do. And then 9 days later, he turns up dead. Now, I told you a long time ago that there's an interview, alleged interview that Steve Bannon claims exists. And this alleged interview is a interview with him and Epstein. And we do not get to see that, but Steve Bannon has publicly said that exists. And in my mind, that's a big deal that he said that it exists. And I know a lot of you may not even see it the way I do. I do not think that I have special powers here. I don't think that I'm seeing something different, but I want you to consider that the reason why it doesn't look like Epstein killed himself is because Epstein didn't die, but Epstein basically is part of a witness protection program. And it's going to be hard for you to hear this the same way I'm trying to explain to you how Q is run out of Langley. But then as soon as you start to distribute some Pizzagate rumors, you have Liz Crokin, you have Laura Loomer, you have every other person that jumps onto your psyop and stretches it to meet their own needs. And so when you're looking at it, I don't think you're ever going to see the truth, but I think you're going to just see the mythology. And inside the mythology, you're going to see the hunting. The hunting for attention, the hunting for witness is really the only commodity that works here. And when you consider what Epstein is, he's actually more valuable as a pawn than he is as a living person. If Epstein is alive, he gets to say things. If Epstein's dead, he cannot say a thing. This is part of why I have such a problem with Candace. The issue that I have with Candace is because Charlie Kirk has said verbatim, I cannot think of a single time where Israel has ever gone out of their way to hurt any Palestinians. And I remember his quotes about Israel brought me and Erica together. It's some of the most passionate feelings that I've ever had. It's brought me closer to the Bible, yada, 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 all the other stuff. And the people that want to blame this death on Kirk, first of all, you're allowed to think that. I don't fucking know what's going on, so don't worry. I don't want to spoil your bubble. But I want you to realize that really this is more of a triage for the pharmacos. We're trying to save the dead body that we've been carrying around and torturing and blaming all of our problems on. It's a carcass is what it is. And the carcass has to be something. And just as dogs will tear apart a dead rabbit and play with it in the yard, and you love your dog, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? You're watching animals, bipedal dolphins with knees, doing the same thing. They're just doing that right now. And truly, if you look at the heart of what's causing you so many problems, it's people like that. It's not Israel. It's people that are always telling you this is the evil soul today. And it's either going to be Trump, or it's going to be Bondi, or it's going to be the Democrats, or it's going to be Israel, or it's going to be Palantir, or it's going to be Bill Gates. The options are limitless. And all those options are legitimate threats, but none of them really outweigh what's right in front of you now. The people that are in the room, so to speak. And I'm talking about the ones that want to play this game. Because in my mind, I don't see how you can logically envision or extend enough trust to someone to even enter the game. That if Charlie lost another $2 million donor, he said that, I lost another $2 million donor, according to these texts, that tells you that there are other $2 million donors. And that tells you that when Charlie was accepting the money, he's fully compliant. Not only is he fully compliant, but so is Candace. So is anyone else who's participating in that system, who are now insisting that system's bad. And you may think I'm being too critical, but when I look at what is the threat that's stopping America from being America, it's people like that. It's people like that. It's part of the reason why I came down so hard on Charlie Kirk, because I would want to if I believed in Jesus, if I believe like he, in this sense where I need someone to absolve me of my sins, which means I need to be crucified and held accountable for what I've done wrong, I would want this too. The sins that I've committed, I think I've probably only claimed maybe 85% of them. There's probably 15% that I've somehow luckily been able to block out. You know what? It's probably a lot more. I'm probably using that number to make myself feel better. Probably. So maybe it's 30%. Maybe it's 99%. The only measure I really have to how much I've sinned is by watching Charlie Kirk, by watching Candace Owens, by watching Matt Gaetz, by watching Trump, by watching Pam Bondi, by watching everyone who's participating, by watching people that are insisting, well, this is the problem. We gotta fucking kill this and this and this. And it's basically Benjamites. BB is a Benjamite. People that have adopted that tribe have said, I am one of the 13. I am the 13 that stays. So you have the historical context of Israel itself is in denial about who it is. If you truly understood Judaic history, you would realize that the definition lost tribes is not a made-up word. It's lost tribes because those guys migrated. There's only a small piece of land. Why the fuck would they stay? Why the fuck would you stay in the one region where the Romans are like, get the fuck out? You know who would stay? Fucking Benjamites. That's who would stay. The Benjamites would stay. And why? Because they're addicted to war. Why are they addicted to war? Because they love the folly of playing with dead bodies and making it a plaything. They love manipulating others. They love watching it happen. And I just described to you what DC is. DC is child's play, my friends. Child's play, because you're looking at thousands of years of manipulation perfected over time. Perfected as much as they could. This guy's being touted as the latest presenter of truth. He's a famous, Weisberg is his name. He's a famous PI, first cut his jib on defending Weinstein, was able to drop one of Weinstein's charges. But let's be clear. He said those include murky Israeli outfit Black Cube, run by former Mossad agent who tried to dupe some of the producers, alleged victim. That's not me. He's literally walking around in his press information explaining, look, I'm just an Israeli private investigator who manipulates things for the public, but I'm not like the Black Cube Israeli Mossad stuff that does it for the public. I'm just like the soft version of that. I'm the Episcopalian version of that, basically. And that he's coming out now saying, yeah, this guy was staged. Staged a bit is what he says. So he's telling you that Epstein was staged a bit. And I think this makes sense. I think this is a legit thing that you could say. But I also think that one of the reasons why it could be staged, here he is with Weinstein, is because this is part of the witness protection program. I haven't gotten to the part where I tell you, look, witness protection program is not like this honorable thing where like, oh, he's kind of... No, that's not what I mean. I mean, if you're a federality, if you're running this country and you've occupied the FBI, the best way that you could hide a body, whether it's alive or dead, is inside the witness protection program. It's not, I'm not talking about, oh, he's working for us, or, oh, he has secret information and we're going to overturn something. A lot of Q people, a lot of people that want to blame Israel will take that nipple. They will suck that teat and say, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And I don't blame them because, people are going to suck some teats. I mean, I've seen side boob. It's fine. This is our appetite. I think we have this limbic appetite to keep our brains alive. I think that we're living in a culture that suppresses imagination. So we're going to have to come up with all kinds of weird ass things that we think about that are borderline irreverent, just to keep the flame alive, just to keep the Prometheus burning inside our head, right? So you're carrying this flame of, I don't want to lose these neurons. And if you don't experience something again, you will lose it forever. So that tension makes sense. And anyone that's in the pursuit of power in Washington already would have to have that kind of appetite, the kind of appetite where you wouldn't necessarily want to marry someone that maybe you loved. You want to marry someone that gives you opportunity. And if someone in a room is going to scan your QR code and give you $2 million and tell you to marry Erica Kirk, you're going to do that. And you're going to, your body's going to be paraded around by Candace Owens as he and I were going to take down Israel. We were going to take the whole thing down. And then they shot him. And I was going to tell you. But I was busy. Things have been busy. I've been busy. I've been so busy. I just didn't know that's what's happening. Guys, give me a break. I'm busy. Got a show to do. And you're only going to see glimpses of this because certain Beavis heads, certain figureheads are going to go in and they're going to come out. And because they're treated so horribly, you're going to be able to find some sense of truth. Check this out. Renewed focus on ethics violations. Gates nomination. This was the guy before Pam Bondi. This guy's probably just like really happy right now that he's not having to do what Pam Bondi's doing. And you know what saved him? What saved him is the fact that he was engaged in underage sex with women. This actually saved Gates from being in the attorney hot seat. That if it wasn't for that, he would not have, he would have avoided, or thanks to his own trepidations, he is able to survive another day. And it is that other day that I think tells you more about Israel than you could possibly imagine. Let me just find this quote here. You're watching James True Live. It's going to be right here. And then I just do this. Then I go here. I want you to imagine that you don't do this once. I want you to imagine that every year you come and you genuflect to a place And if you want to be elected, you have to do this.
Initially, I resented the fact that there was no appreciation for nuance. Like if you asked any questions about any decision of the Israeli government in any place regarding settlements, regarding Gaza, whatever, you were like, you had deviated from the script. And I just, in any policy area, I had resentment over that. And then I saw the way the AIPAC worked, and that was weird for like a country lawyer like me. I remember my first AIPAC reception, and like your fundraiser tells you have to go, and your chief of staff tells you have to go, your committee chairman all tell you have to go, and you get there and you wear this name badge, and I remember there's a QR code on it, and what we were supposed to do was go talk to donors, and then if they liked you, they scanned your QR code to make a donation, like on the spot. And so can you just imagine how demoralizing that is to like be told?
Can you just imagine how demoralizing that is? And then you just keep going? Can you imagine that? Because I want you to know that the people that would keep going are all around you. And they're all around you not because this place is broken. They're around you because they are striving for morals that they don't have yet. And the way that they free jack into that morality is by persecution of others. So that guy's a Hottentot, a ninja, a Democrat, a liberal, a gay, or homosexual, or transsexual, or bisexual, or anti-social sexual, or plural sexual, or whatever we do to feel better about ourselves is most of the diet when it comes to American morality, especially now. And to reject society is not enough. So you may think that simply by rejecting society, you've invented a new, more superior idea. And I'm with you because that's how I got here too. But then you start to notice how symbiotic you are, and there's really not a lot you can do about it. In fact, you almost sense that you owe a responsibility to do something else because you just want to help. Like you legit want to help things. And I would hope so. We use pharmacos every day to blame shit on all the time, but we're never really willing to accept what it's actually doing to us. Like what it's actually making people do right now. This was yesterday in Chicago. This is an ICE agent driving by right there in the black. And there's a caravan. It's really... It's easy for me to laugh about this and take it lightly. And I want you to enjoy your day and take this as best you can. I don't hold you responsible for this system. But if you really want me to tell you who's the blame, it's not the Republicans, it's not the Democrats, it's the people that are practicing pharmacos. It's the people that are practicing scapegoatism. And as long as the scapegoat is far enough away, hey, our hands are clean. We don't have to worry because the scapegoat either doesn't speak our language or is too far away or is so low on the social totem pole that it will never fucking matter. And to me, we need this. This is the spirit and the heart of Amu Raka. And if we lose this, I'm going to turn against all you fuckers. If we lose this...
What do I tell guys agents when I see them passing by? I tell them, what do you know? Let me work and live my life. Princess eyes, you're full of hate. Why don't you go straight to hell?
Sorry.
or you go straight to hell. Racist eyes still full of hate.
This, that building is armored to the fucking teeth. And Pam Bondi is out there telling you, they're going to hurt our ICE agents if we don't do something about it now. And I know where the problem is. And if you want to do something now, I just want you to hold the right people responsible for this shit in the sense of energetically. I want us to stop doing the pharmacos and just look at the source at who actually benefits the most from having a scapegoat. This is very tricky territory because I'm literally practicing scapegoatism right now. Do you understand? I think only a certain portion of you will even be able to understand that, and I would invite you to dojo after for us to discuss because you're looking at some serious, delicate heyoka walking here. Let's hear what Joe has to say. No idea that this would happen in Chicago. He's completely shocked by the whole thing.
But you're a contributing member to the community that up until now has been protected. This is crazy to ask lower income and middle income people who are, you know, kind of getting by. And then all of a sudden you're about to ship them to a country where they've never been. They haven't been since they were 4.
Yeah.
And you're gonna pull up their family and pull up, and they've been in the community like that. That shows no heart. And that's the problem. Like, you're not going to get any reasonable people to want to go along with that. Any kind person would look at that and go, this can't be the only way to do this.
Damn.
So this is all new. This is all, what do you, we're like rounding people up. What the fuck? We're rounding people up. That's not right. Here's another one.
My father's from Nicaragua.
Yeah,
but I would get perceived mostly as white.
But
know?
I mean, aren't you biracial?
Yeah, but I don't have a dual citizenship.
You don't need a citizenship, motherfucker. DNA. What you talking about? DNA is your citizenship. Like you're.
Yeah.
So you're mixed technically.
Yeah.
So was your father light skinned?
No, he was dark skinned, kind of.
Welcome to the club. Shit. What the fuck you mean?
Dog.
Now Theo was a pretty big Trump supporter. Apparently he's not now. I don't think you should be allowed to do that fast. I called this out yesterday, and this is the issue. This is the issue right here, guys. You don't need to leave the country. You do not need to import. You want to talk about tariffs? We need to tariff the shit out of blame. We need to be like, look, we want domestic blame now. What we want now is domestic blame. That's what we need.
They put a video of mine that I'd made for somebody in a parking lot, probably like maybe a year and a half ago, just jokingly. Heard you got deported, dude. Bye.
So the legit video, in the sense of put out by
they're
the...
not coming anymore. We're getting a lot of credit, but they're not coming anymore.
So this video goes mega viral, 25 million, 30 million views. It's everywhere. I don't have anything to do with this shit. Nobody asked me about it.
He has nothing to do with it, guys. He can't even imagine how anyone would even attribute this to him. He can't even fucking imagine how the entire orange shaft was in his throat the entire time. And all these comics did, they're not even comics. They're fucking jokes. And all they did was want more. They have Cheeto stains all over their face. And he's telling you, as a fucking immigrant son, that he could not imagine this happening. Could not even imagine
the presidential inauguration of Donald Trump.
Are you going to the inauguration?
I think I'm going to go because, well, first of all, I got excited to go. I got invited to go, and then I never will get to go again. Are you going?
Same. Yeah. Just because I got invited, and it's just kind of like, how could you not go?
Yeah, how could you not? I mean, I could think of a reason how you could not. Oh my God, I just thought of 2. Holy fuck, I just thought of 3. Oh my God, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can think of 6 million fucking reasons not to go. I could probably think of 6 million. I bet I could. I bet you that the 6 million that I had, I would later change to be like 1.4 million because I was exaggerating and I would want to tell the truth. And that I would still have 1.4 million reasons not to go. That you've seen this shit the entire time. The entire time. This is all we've seen.
Would be to cut off their fingers.
This is Stephen Miller.
I don't think it's necessary to kill them entirely. We're not a barbaric people. We respect life. Therefore, torture is the way to go. Because torture people can live. Torture is a celebration of life and human dignity. And we need to remember that as we enter these very dark and dangerous times in the next century.
I completely get the idea that you say shit in high school. Lord knows I'm still living down the memories of the Cherokee Motel and the day that I lost all credibility as a student council president. And participating in a drunken fest that was implied there was orgionic activities, none of which of those happened. There might have been like second base probably in the bathroom with like the principal's daughter, but that wasn't even me. I'm an accessory to a second base crime. And even I have felt the shame of all the things that I've done in high school, but this is not just high school. This is not fucking high school. And Theo Von wants you to know that he cannot even fucking imagine how this would happen. Joe Rogan is telling you, I cannot even imagine how this would happen. And the same people that are clinging to the last guy, to Charlie Kirk, are now going to just cling to the next guy. And there's only one prerequisite, which is who do we get to blame? I will join your cult as long as I know which person are we shitting on every day. Which person am I going to invest my entire show in? Let's hate this guy for a fucking while so that I can keep feeding off the necks of all you gullible ass believing people. Because this did not sneak up on you. This is here every day.
Don't want to assimilate many of them. And so I'm going to start this with Stephen Miller, who's been the tip of the spear on immigration. What should we be doing in a Trump 47 administration to fix this disaster, this invasion of our southern border?
Well, as I say sometimes, the immigration issue is extremely simple. The policies involved in fixing it are very complicated. The simple part is seal the border, deport all the illegals. Now, that's the short answer, right? You get in, you have 2 policy objectives that you proceed with utter determination on. Seal the border, no illegals in, everyone here goes out. That's very straightforward. In terms of the policy...
So, guys, this is 2024. This isn't a new secret. This isn't a new concept. And I want you to hear this. You've probably already heard this. You probably think that this is a slip up, that he slipped up. You guys are probably, so much of the vernacular is we want a scapegoat so bad that we're going to take someone super hyper fucking intelligent when it comes to manipulating people that has had a desire since high school to cut people's fingers off and tell you how much more noble that makes him. To practice those very policies that for the last year or 2 or 3 that he's been insisting this is what we're going to do, and then watching a bunch of fucking jokes who pretend to be comics telling you they didn't see it coming. How the fuck can you not see this coming? The only way you can not see this coming is because you wanted it to come and you just didn't feel good about owning it. You didn't feel fucking good about owning it.
The president has plenary authority.
So this is like, major faux pas. We're going to win now. Steven? He's made a mistake. He's clearly made a mistake and he's stumbled and he's glitching or he's a robot or he's a transsexual or he's whatever else we're going to fucking say. And I'm telling you that he's such a manipulator that he's just going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking. I don't have to verify that I can hear anything. And this makes him hard. I guarantee you this makes him feel so good And you don't hear this in this clip, but that newscaster is apologizing. Oh, Stephen, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay, Stephen? Are you okay, Stephen? Stephen, are you okay? Are you okay, Stephen? And he's getting off on the ability to manipulate the rules. He's getting off on, hey, you let me in. Watch what happens when I fucking set fire to the place. Watch what happens when I chase down human beings, human animals in the street. And I do it with cash. And I pay $50,000 to anyone who will put on a mask and have an open season on humans because psychologically I need the pharmacos. I need to blame someone for doing that. And so we do. We come up with these ideas and we insist we had no idea that would happen. I didn't know this would happen. And even though I got to go to the White House, and even though all my numbers went up, and even though I got a shitload of money, and even though people were buying all my ads and joining my View Club and all the other stuff I was doing, I had no idea this would happen because it's not like my dad's a fucking immigrant. And you're just, guys, stop blaming everyone else. Stop blaming. You know what's going to help? Admit that this is just how it works. Admit that there are people out there that just want this, but they don't own enough spine to just own that they want it. That they want it both ways. They want to be able to hunt at night under a Klan robe, but they also don't want to actually be called, I'm in the Klan. You're looking for an anonymous ability to carry a torch and burn someone, and that the way to do that is to join a party. It's to join a fucking movement. It's to buy into the idea of who is the sexiest scapegoat around. And now you know why we picked women first. We're literally getting off on it so much that the first people we started blaming were women. Like, what is that, a poultice? I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to rape you first. I'm going to burn you. We'll kill you after we drown you. But first you got to confess. First you got to say that what we're doing to you is actually justified. Have you noticed that that's actually what we do? We have to insist that the victim that we're going to do this to will tell us that this is okay. That this is the reason why we're doing this to you. You get that right. And if you confess, we will fucking club you so you can just die. Will you confess? Why do they need that? They need that because of the pharmacos. They need that because it feels good. They need that because people listen to shit like this and call it a comedian. Fucking comedians. Pretending to be comedians. They're doing so much disservice to the entire Heyoka profession. And all they're doing is pimping scapegoats. Not only that, they're pimping scapegoats and they're looking for who's the next popular person. And they're jumping on that wagon instead because they know that person will bring them the same scapegoat. It gets so easy then. Show to that one. Show to that one. So how does this witness protection program work? I don't know. I know that the FBI uses community to facilitate policy changes. I know that I feel strongly, I should say, that there are certain, I think Parkland is one of these, where the reason why the Secret Service was there was because they were purposely performing a federal act of trying to root out one of these terrorists. And Nicholas Cruz is definitely a danger. He's definitely a danger to society. Why? Because they treated him like shit. And you know what? He probably deserved it because he probably had zero social skills at all. And this is just the sad reality of what happens in nature. But that you as the FBI, you want clicks, you want hits, you want legitimate targets. And this fantasy we have that they're going to make up their own target, do you understand how much more expensive that is? How much more setup that takes? What you're going to do is you're going to look for a database of crazy people. And you're going to see which out of this database of crazy people can I interact with. Can I stage a Charlottesville march and call two separate people to that march? And when two groups of people are brought to that march through propaganda media, through people like Theo Vaughn, through people like Joe Rogan even, who will push forth this narrative and insist that this is the moral thing to do, this is the moral thing to do, until right before it happens, that's the FBI hunting. The same way one of you probably hunts for a sales lead. The same way one of you probably hunts for new clients. The same way one of you looks for new patrons. The same way one of you looks for new subscribers or viewers or whatever else it is, because we need to stay alive. We have a symbiotic witness economy here. The people who do well are doing well because they are willing to burn and destroy whatever it takes to reach that place, to have more, to become the next Theo Vaughn. And they will pile in on top of each other. They will kiss each other's ring. And they will tell you only later, only after they've been removed, only after they're being asked to hold responsibility for what the fuck they just said. Only then are about 15% of them brave enough to admit it. Theo Vaughn is a brave one. And it's disgusting. And if you want to help him, you'd be disgusted by him for a while. You'd be ashamed of it. That would actually help him. But we don't live in a culture that really wants to help from things like that. That's not really what we do. I've got 4 minutes before I get to Dojo. You guys are welcome to come. I have some more things to talk about, namely that the Benjamin Netanyahu has been told, I will arrest you if you come to New York City, by one of the mayoral candidates. And I think that you're watching, just like 99% of the countries that ended slavery did so without a war, you're watching that whether you want to fix it or not, the thing that's killing the deep state is going to blow your fucking mind. The thing that's killing the deep state, the thing that did more damage to the deep state than anything else, Building 7 and COVID-19. The white sun, the apocalyptic white sun, burns like a bitch. It burns like a bitch, and you can see Theo Vaughn. Not saying he himself is wrong, but his activity. You can see the activity of the vagina penises. You can see the vagina penis of Joe Rogan, who's suddenly shocked. You will see the vagina penis of the people that are now pushing the next thing, which is that Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens were secretly underground to take out Israel. They were going to do it, man. And this is QAnon 1 octave higher. And it's the purpose, the entire engine of this thing runs, just like Steve Bannon told you. It will start with hate Hillary Clinton. It will move on to Pizzagate. It will move on to James Fontes. It will move on to QAnon. It will move on to Barack Obama was born in a foreign country. It will move on to all the things. Even Michelle's a man. And that you, as a personal producer of information, just like we covered the couple that during Osama bin Laden that invented an entire torture network. Check that out on James True, that you're looking at people that no matter how hard you try and preserve your psyop, you're living in a psychotic land where other people want to psyop on top of you, which is why this is a very professional game. And I think it's unwise for you to even try and listen to one person who's going to tell you exactly what's happening. If you believe someone's going to give you a remote autopsy and that's going to be accurate, I think you're just as gullible as the rest of them. The only difference is there's no difference. The only difference is there's no difference, that you have the same appetite as anyone else, and I am not here to end that appetite. I'm here to help you find food, my friends. Join us for Dojo if you're interested. Hope you liked the show. Let me know what you think. My name is James True. See you later.